in our face for a long time. I went back and started watching Charmed. Baby, them first three shows. How many of y'all looked at Sleepy Joe and different people in the house and remember how their skin used to be weird? Sometimes they look like themselves and sometimes they don't. Then the lady came out saying that they been making the faces for the three letter agencies and stuff. And they've been able to do the life source into another body stuff. If you go back and watch Charm, the first three episodes shows you why the celebrities always show themselves transforming into an animal. All of them. The thing with the young man and Will Smith, the rapper guy, and then in the video he turns into Will Smith and then Will Smith turns into him. The young guy that had the hit song a couple years ago. Yeah, if you go back and watch the first three episodes of the original Charmed, it's going to show you something about Hollywood in real life. You're going to think about Cat Williams, Kanye West. The first three episodes of Charmed, if you pay attention, and then go back and listen to all the people on the podcast that everybody call crazy, you gonna see it. You gonna see it. Hey, they playing on YouTube today. Crazy how they been playing in our face the whole time. So we'll talk about skinwalkers, but we don't pay attention to the skinwalkers. Okay. Y'all remember old boy saying he was gonna have to wear a Jeezy suit? Was it a Jeezy suit that he was gonna have? Gucci or Jeezy? Which one? He said. The young man, and we ain't seen no more from him. That used to be on YouTube when YouTube didn't have all of this going on. Y'all remember? Was it a Gucci suit? He went to the people and he had the meeting and they said, well, we gonna open this door. You gonna walk through there and then you gonna see what's gonna happen. And it was either Gucci or Jeezy, whichever one of them went and came out and they was like, that ain't him. The young man said he was gonna have to turn into him. Well, if you go and you watch the three episodes of Charm, you about to see something. It was Gucci. He said you gonna have to put on the Gucci suit. Okay. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Go watch the first episodes. The first three episodes of Charm, baby. You're gonna be like, oh. They've been playing in our face. They've been playing in our face. They have been playing in our whole face. You said you think Gucci or look Kodak too. Yeah, he a little different. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of The Masked Singer. I have to know, but okay. Think about all of the magic. Okay, who grew up here and you grew up in church and they said you don't need to understand anything about magic. Talked about demons, call, oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, demon. All of that, but baby, they told you that you don't need to. Oh, okay. You, you, and you, and you, and you. Oh, okay. All right. So then, how are you fighting a spiritual battle and you don't even know how the witches and warlocks and sorcerers, you don't even know like what magic is or isn't. So how can you avoid? I mean, like, how can you fight it off? Do you all remember in the cartoons that a person would be mentally sound and they would come across a witch or a warlock or a sorcerer of some type, and then they did not see correctly anymore. Things started to happen to their bodies that didn't normally happen, but nobody else could see it but them. Or there were physical changes, but they would have to hide in the shadows and go back to the witch or the warlock or the sorcerer to have them undo whatever happened to them. No. If they made it out or from under the curse. Okay. How many people have you heard testify in church, now or later, right? Or in the past or now, you go to church and some mother or father is talking about how mental illness has taken over their child. Multiple personalities in one body. Raise your hand. Hello? Happened to your uncle? Okay. Now, my class members, my students already know, but we just gonna go on and put this out here again. The definition for pharmacy in Latin is what? Sorcery, magic. What else? Incantations, spells, witchcraft. Spells, incantations, witchcraft, magic, and sorcery is the root word for pharmacy. Does anybody have a family member that has a mental disorder and the medicine makes them worse? The cutting of roots. You do. Yeah. So if they're not in a sedated state, and see, understand what the medicine is for. The medicine is not for the person. Because the person taking the medicine is still being tormented. They just have to be trapped in their own mind. And now they cannot fend off the demons that are coming. And they basically, that medicine keeps the door open. And they can just kind of, it's like a timeshare. Did you know? Because you used to go to the witch doctors to get your medicine. They were supposed to get the spirits off of you or bring spirits to protect you. No. But they could turn those same spirits that were sent to protect you on you if you didn't bring them their money. No. How many of you think that your family members, okay, could benefit from the Testament of Solomon that is in this book? Well, it's not in this one, it's in my book 1. But to know that there's a demon that has a name that says, oh, I messed up all the tendons and ligaments. There's another, they said they don't know where epilepsy comes from, but in this book, the demon's name that causes epilepsy, he's in here. He said, I cause men, I hit them in the stomach, whatever he said. They fall down, they start to foam at the mouth. He said, and I sit in their stomach. They could just be walking. Seizures come out of nowhere. They still be saying they don't know where they come from. I do. Because the demon's name that says he causes seizures is right in his book. Even though doctors say they don't know. So there are people that are suffering. That boy kept throwing himself in the fire. Come on. In order for Solomon to get the information to help the saints, he had to understand how the enemy's kingdom worked. That's why he was the wisest man, because magic is real. And when you start to look up your medicines and you see that they're named after the very demons that we be reading about, they have a derivative of their name. And they come with side effects, the medicines. Interesting. I mean, it's just interesting. So you used to go to the witch doctor to get something that could make you see. It brought spirits to you or brought spirits away from you. Got it. But if you didn't stay under what the witch, warlock, or sorcerer wanted you to do, they could turn those spirits then on you, and they're not a help now. They are a harmful entity that's around you, right? Like, if you don't take the demons, then if they can't torment you internally, they gonna torment you from the outside till you let them back in, like when they off their meds. Because if you I know, because I've talked to people that have mental illness, and they tell me what they see, and I know that they are really seeing these things. It's not a hallucination. They actually can see in the spirit. They have a set of eyes that you don't have. Kids too. This is how they be telling the future and stuff, and they be telling you all the bit. They've been locked up in a room, and they can tell everybody what happened outside, and they ain't been out in 2 years. Tell me, write the scene that they saw on the wall, and everybody think it's gibberish until it ain't. Everybody think none of them symbols mean something until they do. Oh, okay. Mm. Mm. I know. I had a mentally ill uncle, and he used to be on Thorazine and all the real strong ones. Because this nigga could rip a sink out the wall, baby. I'm talking about old school sinks. Rip it out the wall. Tear up a toilet. And run out the house and be talking about the devil is chasing him. Oh, I know. Strong. Stronger than an ox strong. Especially when them spirits start. He has supernatural strength. Because there were entities there that give them supernatural strength. This is why I be taking 10 orderlies to hold down a little girl. Oh, okay. Hell, when she only 60 pounds and she throwing 4 and 5, 6 different men that's big, throwing them around like nothing. Where'd she get that strength from? Maybe the 6-foot demon that inhabited her body? Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all can keep on playing like a potion is going to stop a spirit. It don't. And then you trap your loved one in their mind, and they gotta deal with and can't yell. If you've ever seen The Magicians, Quentin Coldwater is a prime example of what be going on. If you've ever watched the show The Magicians, you remember how them witches and warlocks was able to astral project into his dreams, and he didn't want to be on the medicine because they see and now they trapped there. Sometimes they never get out because it's so traumatic what they're seeing in the spirit, they don't come back. But because they can't get out because of the medicine, And because you can't see it, you don't believe it's real, then they're tormented twice. Oh, okay. And the devil, that's what he wants. They're not going to believe you. Nobody can see it but you. But they can feel the bugs crawling. They can see the snakes under their pillow because they are real. Okay, perfect example. How many of y'all done ran in y'all kids' room? Again, I say this all the time. And you don't see nothing, but your baby keeps saying, it's over there, mommy. Mommy, no, it's over there. You can't see nothing, but you can't tell your fearful child that when they done peed on themselves in the bed and everything. Tell them that ain't real at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they wouldn't sleep. What they see? Oh, okay. What ain't real? What's in their mind? Yeah. Is it? When your baby wake up with scratches on their back and you know that they can't scratch, and so they start biting their nails off, and who the hell is still scratching them? But just because you didn't see it don't mean it ain't real, right? Mm. Have you ever woke up crying from a dream and you say, that dream felt so real, to the point where it make you emotional all throughout the day? Was it not real? Well, hello. Oh, okay. This just happened to my 11-year-old. He was at his godmother's house. He was supposed to stay a week. Came home yesterday. They told me how he was screaming in his sleep and woke up emotional. Oh, yeah. All it takes is for my baby to cry. We ain't spending the night no more. Don't worry about it. Because them spirits, they be wanting a new space. They already torment the kids that's over there. And a lot of times they use the parents to do it. And grandma and auntie, the mean uncle, all of that. Yeah. Yeah. One time, that's all it takes. And it ain't because it's not necessarily a physical thing. It could be spirits. That's why some babies, as soon as they get in a person's house, they start crying. Ain't nobody said nothing to them or nothing. Them babies can't even talk, and they be like, nah, nigga, something ain't right in here. We gotta get out of here, mommy and daddy. What is wrong with this kid? Let me go home. Because babies go on energy. That's all they got. You said so true. My baby did that at my cousin's house. Yeah. I did it with my kids. I just I go visit certain family members. Baby, if my baby was fussy and I know you fed, oh yeah, we ain't coming to sit over here. Because babies can see stuff and they get to jumping like newborns. What is wrong? Oh no, babe. And think about this. Again, your children are like a fertile garden ground. And the devil want to sow as many evil seeds into your children as he can, young, so that you don't even know that. Okay. Y'all know them little helicopter things that fly off the trees? I can't think of what tree it's from, but the little helicopter things. You see how them can be carried a long, long way, but wherever they plant down, as long as there's something to water it, and it's left alone for long enough, it's going to take root and it's going to grow. Don't nobody got to water it. Don't nobody got to do nothing. As long as it is left alone. Them little helicopter things with the little seed on the back, and it look like a bird wing on the side. And we used to take them and throw them up, and they flutter down. Y'all know what I'm talking about? One just did it in my plant outside. This I know. It fell from the tree, and I was like, it ain't nothing. Didn't think about it, baby. It was cracked out that thing and was growing. Oh, you got to come up. The little brown ones. Okay. So think about your children. like anywhere. Wherever them things land, as long as the conditions are right, they gonna grow. In any kind of soil, they can even grow in like the dry. I done seen them. The mousy areas grow in real life. So when you think about your child is all the different mousy, dry soil, whatever. If one of them seeds, they grow in the cracks of the cement wheel, it'll sit there as long as don't nobody mess with it and uproot it. It's gonna take root. Think about that with spirits. When you God keep pointing something out to you about your child and you be like, oh, they just no. Because the seed is growing, roots is getting deep. And then when they hit 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and you can't get through to them, and you like, your head is hard as a tree. Yep, because the roots grow strong. And they been there. But because you didn't pay attention and you want to call it this and call the devil what the devil is. The man that used to take his clothes off and hurt himself, that ran up to Jesus and said, what do you want to do with us? And it was only him in that body. He said, what's your name? Legion. A whole bunch of niggas. A whole bunch of them. Not just one or two either. Not bipolar. No. There's so many we can't even sit here and tell you all of our names. So we just gonna call ourselves a collective name. Legion. In one body? Better start listening to your kids when they telling you it's a monster in the house, because that monster wants to inhabit your little bitty baby's body. Who always threw the ghost first? In the movies, we'll say. We ain't even gonna say at your house, but you know. Who always see the ghost first? Who always tell you where the scary space is in your house? Kids. The demons reveal themselves to the children first. Sometimes animals, but if you got kids, they trying to get in them kids. They can do more damage as a child than they can a dog or a cat. Not saying they won't, but they can do more damage as a person. They used to be people. They don't want to live in no animal body. They will, but they don't want to be there. They miss having fingers and toes and being able to taste and smell and eat. They miss that. They don't want to do it as an animal. They will, but that's not what they want. That's not the prime rib of it all. They need a body so that they can use hands to hurt and use mouths to hurt and this. Hey, Q. Hola, hola, Miss Chetty. Do you hear me? So they reveal themselves most time to the person they plan on inhabiting. Possessing. That's the kid that starts acting out of nowhere and acting scared and what's wrong with you? Oh, it's somebody hunting them. And because you don't believe in evil spirits and you tell your kid it's part of your imagination or you just don't want to go to bed, yep, they got plenty of hunting time. Because you won't even acknowledge that they hunting your baby, so then they could just inhabit them when they feel like it. And then them making a kid act out makes you reject the kid. Rejection is a spirit, and they need that because they need depression to come in and unaliving to come in and self-unaliving to come in. It's a whole, they waiting, they click up. So keep on acting. They want you to not believe your child. They want you to reject you. They need you to do that. That's why we have all the hurt we talked about for the first 2 hours of this class. because nobody believed us. Nobody cared. Nobody this. And so then those evil spirits were able to inhabit us. Because if you was loose, it's the spirit of promiscuity. How did you get there? Normally from rejection. Whether it be your parent, your family, your grandma, the church, the school people. How'd you get there? You were looking for affection that you didn't get from the people that were supposed to nurture you. Oh, rejection. Okay, you tried to go to them and tell them whatever. They didn't believe you. They wouldn't listen to you. They wouldn't hear you. So you found somebody to listen. Most times that was a person that planned on taking advantage of you too. And this is still going on in our adult lives. So then you might have started doing stuff, because promiscuity can lead to shame. Shame leads to drug abuse or alcohol abuse or shopping abuse, or to make yourself feel happy and pretty because you don't feel that on the inside. I mean, we listen. My son tell me what he sees. I research it and always find out he's talking about a real demon. Come on. I taught him to anoint his room and how to pray. Yes, I prayed for him, but he's got to know how to do it for himself. And he just turned 5 yesterday. Know this. I thank you for teaching, because I was that parent until you told me how to handle it. And it's been a lot better. And when he do have those moments, I now know how to handle it. Come on, you can't have my babies. You cannot have my circle little, sonny. We're going to fight for them, and we're going to teach them to fight for themselves. Spirits are just like your baby, Nicole, baby. I told y'all, this is not a dimple. That's not what this is. Something pushed me out of my crib when I was 3 years old. I remember. And my mama was like, how do you remember that? I remember. And I fell. No, I was jumping in her bed and I fell. But I did get pushed out of the bed. All of these things. Go to the bathroom, blood running down my face. Then my hand get cut into all of these pieces. Okay? Then it gets burned. All the way up my arm. Like, I've been there. I know. They've been on my head my whole life. Waking up with scratches as a kid. Then I get a whooping, and I'm telling my mama this. I told you I was the kid that used to bite my nails down. It's a real thing. But most people don't believe the bowler hat guy, the black man with the dark face and the standing on the side, and then he'll and be on this side. And my mama didn't let us watch scary movies. You didn't get to watch no cussing movies or none of that at my house. So where I seen him at, I did it. I only seen him in my dreams. And he would be in my room, and this is why I used to pee on myself. Because this nigga standing in front of the door. Can't even get, I can see through him and see the bathroom, but he's standing there. And he followed me from house to house to house to house until I was about 12 years old. Whatever house we lived in, he showed up. Did. And his homeboys too. Yeah. My son was a baby and used to wake up under his crib with scratches on him. I know. Yeah, y'all done seen it. They be taking them babies out their bed on the cameras. I told you I used to wake up under the bed, and it was trying to be on my oldest daughter too. No. I took my baby to the church. You hear me? Had them pray over her. Nope. And then I got rid of that bed. That's the bed I had since I was 4, and she was about to be 3. And the same things that used to happen to me in that, like waking up under the bed and all scratched up, same thing. That's who ain't seen a video. Lilith was talking through their thing and showing up in their house, the couple from Britain. Snatched that nigga on out the bed, snatched her out. Y'all done seen it. And these ain't no, they trying, no. These is people, hell, y'all seen the, Demon House, the lady from Gary. How you gonna say that? The police chief that's still the police chief right now said, no, I seen that little boy. 8 years old. He walked up and down and flipped back over, baby. What you mean? So the doctor, the police chief, the social worker, and the nurse, and the mama all lying. And that was just 2011, 2012, 2013. Oh, okay. And we got people here that work in mental hospitals, and they be talking about what be going on. Not no HIPAA stuff, but yes, I've seen a person walk up and down a wall and they shouldn't have been able to do that. An old lady that couldn't walk and now she climbing up walls. Oh, okay. All right. A lady showed her kids on the porch. The baby was pushed hard off the porch. Wasn't no one there. This. We had a whole camera in his room facing his crib, and somehow there was never any footage of how he got under the bed. The camera always got turned away from the bed. This. The devil don't have to hide if you don't believe in him. And so anything he do, you won't believe he did it because you don't believe he's real. Oh, okay. Well, he real in my life. He sure is. Now, he's not more powerful than the Lord, but he do got power. God gave it to him. Oh, okay. Yeah. He said, you fighting against not flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of darkness in high places. Oh, okay. So you don't believe the word? Because when folks tell me I don't have to worry about the devil, you don't need to know how he worked. You don't need, right, but you a soldier in the army of the Lord. Lies. He literally, God said that the people don't be having the information to fight him. We keep falling into his vices. Why is that? Because churches tell you you don't need to know it. Even though he says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. They are led astray by the enemy for the lack of knowledge. They die because of the lack of knowledge, like spiritually and carnally. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And do have to battle, got to get suited and booted. How you gonna know? Rika, think about it though. You don't think that's crazy? This why the devil be whooping their tail like he did when he said, Peter I know or Paul I know. So he said, but who is you? And woe his tail out. Trying to do something in the name of, okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. James. Okay, so you just go. Okay. Well, it said it left him beaten and bloody on the side of the road, naked. Beat him out the clothes. Turned him every which way but loose, them demons did in that man. So y'all better, y'all, well, go on in there then. You said you gonna go on in. You want me? Oh, there you go. Go on in now. I got you. I'm gonna look through the little window, see it, and all we hear is like what? I thought you got it. Call on Peter, like you said, or James, or Paul, or whoever, since you didn't need to know. Girl, you said like they did the black guy on Evil, told him to work on his Latin. I'm trying to tell you. I will not be messing with the spirit world, and I don't know what to do. You got me messed up. And whether you messing with them or not, they messing with you. Come to find out his dad's family practices. Ooh. My son is next to me listening. He said, no, we don't have demons. I pray the demons go away from me in Jesus' name. He know what's up. That part. Nephew. Auntie is saying, not that we have demons. I'm saying that demons are around. That baby is 5. He said, no, I'm not taking that. Explain it to him what his TT mean. Right. I'm just saying. We're talking about the story, nephew. He said, his mama's doing right. He just turned 5 yesterday. He said, no, we ain't got no demons. Right. Not at your house. But some people, nephew, they don't know the information you know. And so then some of them, they do have. We got to pray for them, nephew, okay? He said, auntie, wait a minute. Hold on now. But y'all get what I'm saying. That baby said, wait, not at our house. Maybe at your house, TT. No. Little kids, boy, they be serious, but they be right. But think about it, though. When you think about what we ignore, okay, it could be spirits running around your house. Right, did. It could be spirits running around your house, and because you don't acknowledge what your children are telling you they see, it starts to affect everybody in the house and not just that kid. Because if baby is getting up in the middle of the night screaming and hollering every night, right? And mom and dad can't get no sleep, what's gonna happen? That part. Uh-uh. Just get you some blessed oil. He said, okay. And we pray because demons are not nice. He also know. And don't pray to demons either. This part. This part. Come on, girl. You on it. Is. And he know more than some adults. How about that? He knows he know more than some adults. Okay. You doing right, baby. And TT is proud of you. Because when I used to try to tell my friends and stuff about what was going on with their kids, they wouldn't listen. And then as time went on, when their kids were out of control and they couldn't do nothing with them, and it's all of this, I was like, not trying to be funny, but do you remember when I was trying to tell you need to ask them what they see and what scares them, and do stuff be in their room at night? I ain't doing all that. Oh, okay. Well, now you're dealing with not dealing with it then, because now that spirit has had time to torment your child. That spirit has had time to infiltrate your child's life. That spirit has had time to infiltrate your child's mind and maybe even possess them. And now you're not just dealing with a hurt child, you're dealing with a demon possessed hurt child. Oh, okay. Baby is going to get a tore up on the floor up if mom and dad don't get some rest. Exactly. Baby is going to get tore from the floor up. Right. Or, like you said, it starts to work on the, you know what I'm saying? Either the baby is going to get whatever, or mom and dad are going to start arguing about said child. But do you realize that's what the enemy wants? The enemy comes to what? Unalive, steal, and destroy. To divide. Right? That's what they come to do. It only takes one person to set the whole house in an uproar. It don't take 5 and 10. It just take one. It take one kid to get you mad. Now you yelling at everybody. Now your husband yelling. Oh, just one. If that's all they need is one person in the family that always gonna keep up mess. At the everybody say we ain't gonna do what we did last time. It only take one, and it spreads like wildfire. I asked him and the ants how I found out about the caterpillar man. He saw who was in a servant to the sloth demon. Then he told me about the frog demon who works with the witch Olympian. People better believe these babies. I told you I still got drawings. Whenever I meet new kids, that's how I do the therapy. When people ask me to talk to their kids, I give them pen and paper and have them draw what they see. It's the first thing I'm going to tell you to do. Tell me what you see in your room. What do you mean, my toys? No, when you go to see, it's a monster. And him eyes, and him be hurting, him be scratching me. And my mommy and her don't believe me, but him be in my room. And sometimes it's two. And they'll describe them to you, baby. And I say, well, draw it here. I told you, 2 or 3 different little boys drew the same exact thing. And 3 of them was real bad. They was real bad. They wouldn't listen. They was rebellious at a very young age. Real, hard-hearted already. And they all drew the same thing. And these was like 5 years apart. So I know you're not lying. But I told you, my kids told me about the Beatles. And I hadn't told nobody in my house. And then God told a lady that my mom knew that I had never even met. She said, it's spirits, and they're manifesting themselves in your kid's room as beetles. Big beetles. Big bugs with hard shells on them. Well, that's what they had been seeing in the closet. But for both of them to wake up and run out the room seeing the same stuff, and he 2 and she 4 in the middle of the night, yeah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. My pastor and first lady did a deliverance on my baby. The demon left him, entered a Spanish man. It's a real thing. He literally drew the caterpillar man for me, and we saw the demon on the show Avatar, The Last Airbender 2. Avatar called him Cole the Face Stealer. Look. I be trying to, this is why people be like, man, I can't talk. You be taking it too deep. You not deep enough. Because I'm not about to keep sitting here talking to you about a problem that I know is a spiritual or a demonic attack on your life. and not just come out demon. No, you have to understand. Okay, every single thing that was made had a purpose. The things we see, you can't see the wind, but you can feel it. You can see the trees moving from the wind blowing, but you cannot see the wind. Does that mean because you cannot see the wind that it is not a real thing? My son used to have dreams of someone watching him. It also caused him to faint and have migraines. This. I'm just saying. Is the wind real or not? Can the wind knock you over? Can the wind flip over a 2,000-pound car? Can the wind blow down a brick home? Can the wind flip over what you call that thing? A Hummer? The wind can blow a wig off, so okay, and eyelashes too. Quit playing. Okay. Can you see it? How does something you can't see push you down? Ain't nobody touching you. So there's a force that you can't see that can affect you who I can. That's what you just said, Liz. That's what you're telling me? That something that you cannot see can affect you, that can harm you, can tear up your life? Hello? Interesting, Alexis. So if the wind can tear your life up in spirits, the Bible says that they are spirits of the air. Air and wind are the same thing, are they not? Hello? Air and wind, same thing. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So when a person says something that you cannot see cannot hurt you, are they telling you the truth or a lie? Just because you can't see the demon that is talking to your family member, that does not mean that that demon that you can't see won't tell your family member to unalive you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because there's some people down in North Carolina, South Carolina, uh, uh, Kansas, and Missouri that'll tell you the wind is more real than anything. And the wind destroyed their life just 2-3 weeks ago, 4-5 months ago, 7 months ago. The wind, the air, something that you cannot see. Some of the wind took their family members. Oh, okay. Tornado, come on. He said, I'm not stealing your phone. I'm just telling Teacher CERCA I'm watching Lilo and Stitch. I figured it was him typing. I figured it was him typing. I seen it. I said, that's not his mama. No, that's XYZ Elemental P 8 asterisk, hyphen. I figured. That's why I looked. I said, he didn't got a phone. I seen it. That's how my grandbabies text too. Let me text my grandma and tell her you not giving me no snacks. That's exactly how they look when they texting too. Mm-hmm. Too funny. Too funny. So listen, understand. Just because you cannot see the devil, don't mean he can't tear your life up. Just like the wind. So when you think about what's not really there because you can't see it, it hasn't materialized, look at the things that are moving around you. Look at how your children are moving. Look at how the atmosphere in your house is changing. Look at how the attitude between you and your spouse is. You don't have to see the demon physically for them to affect your house and to tear it up, just like the wind. Okay? You hear me? Hello? You can feel when the peace leave your house. You can feel when tension shows up. You feel it. Everybody feel it. Because spirits is big. Just because we can't see them, they're huge. He had to tell me he wasn't stealing because I told him that taking or picking up what doesn't belong to you is stealing. That baby said, you will not get me on the second or the fifth floor. You said, what about a generational demon if that's a thing? It is. This is unforgiveness allows them to go generation to generation. Unforgiveness and bitterness. Unforgiveness and bitterness are the main two ways they keep skipping. Yeah. If my grandma didn't forgive her mama, and then my mama don't forgive her mama, and she's still bitter, so she moves around like she is. Like, okay, y'all gotta go. That's my daughter. I gotta go. It's my grandbaby birthday. I gotta go. I'm gonna call y'all back in a little while. We'll talk about this.